Hey guys, welcome back. Video 1. Happy New Year's. Glad to be back working with you guys. All right, the Among Us went great, so we're going to take it to the next step. So we did a little bit more. We'll have some tint on this, and we're going to do work a little shade. Now, this is what the kids are going to be doing in class. They've got the black paper and the pastels. I know everybody doesn't have pastels and such, so I'm going to do an alternative with like colored pencils. This could also work with, I hate to say crayons, but anything shading like that, or chalk. But definitely chalk. Like I said, I wanted to keep the supplies down. I want to have your mom, dad, grandma, whomever keep going out buying stuff. So we'll be able to do this with the colored pencils as well, or the tool. If you have the pastels, great. Grab the black piece of paper. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're actually going to draw the planets on the white paper today. We're going to do all the design work, and then we'll cut out next week. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move all this and let's get started. Now, first thing you're going to need is grab some stuff, or if you have a compass, that's even better. But I would try to grab a couple things with circles around your classroom. House. I grabbed it around my classroom. You grab it around your house or your room. So like I found one of my little yogurt cups, this little thing here, and then I found a lid, and you'll see why. Now, we are going to be working with perspective or distance, not just outer space, but space. Make sure you go through that module step by step, okay? And if you forget anything about the tints and the shades, I put a review in this module, and we also have it from the last module, Project 4. You can go back. Okay, so we don't have to necessarily line up the planets how we're going to put it on the paper. Which now we're going to cut this out for just you people at home, and we're going to put it on the black paper. So if the planets are all over the place, don't worry. We're going to do some overlapping, all kinds of stuff, okay? All right, it's almost like a collage. That's the best way to do it. All right, so let's get started. First things first, I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to start tracing some circles. I'm going to flip this one over for a little one. Okay, this is a nice big one. Now, if we don't use them all, that's fine too. Okay, and I'm actually going to come down here, and you know what? I don't even need that. I'm going to make a planet because we're going to stick one coming off the page. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. All right, and then I might freehand. This one will be hard to cut, but I might freehand a small one in the back. And don't worry about the stars and all that. We'll do that with crayon, colored pencil on the black paper when we get to it. All right, that's how we start. So pause the video, get your circles traced, and we'll go from here. These are going to be our planets. Okay, I am not going to worry about tracing right now. Okay, I might come back to that after I've colored. You'll see why. Okay. So I got myself some watercolor, I keep wanting to say watercolor. I got myself some colored pencils here. You get to mismatch the colors, whatever you want to do. So like I'm going to take red, and I'm actually going to mix it with like violet. So what I usually do, I'll come here, do not cake these on here. And the cool thing is too, I can go outside the lines and I'm going to cut it some fine. So I'm going to come here. And I'm just going to color the planet with the colored pencil. Keep my strokes nice, and it's still flat, still two-dimensional. The bad thing is it's a lot more distance to cover with this than say a pastel, especially for these big boys here, but that's okay. We're in it for the long haul. Okay? Then I'm going to grab a purple or some kind of color like that. You be the judge. Like I found Magneto. Works for me. I'm going to go right over top of my red. It's not bad. Okay. All right. Go down here. I'm gonna grab a yellow. We're gonna make an ugly planet. We're gonna make this one yellow-green. And as you see how I mix the colors, blue and yellow make green. So you've got blue-green, yellow-green. Even though I didn't do purple on this one, blue and red make violet or purple. You got blue-violet, red-violet. Just be creative. Don't mix complementaries. Red and green, no. Unless you want to make a very ugly, gassy planet. Blue and orange, yellow and violet. You know, your complementary colors. They will mix together and make like ugly, neutral colors. All right, so if you want a gassy, disgusting, maybe dead planet, that's great. All right, let me grab a green here. And I'm just gonna go right over top of that yellow. Make some yellow-green. And some of this will be faded, so don't worry. Okay, I might even take my hand and blend it in a little bit. Take your time on this part. Like I said, we're not doing the value and all that today. That's our main objective, but we got to make it first. Okay? All right, let's go do some blue here. I'm going to use actually a light blue. Actually blue-green. They already made one for me. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go and get this big one out of the way. I keep avoiding it. But let's go and get it out of the way. And there's a lot of touch-up on this project, so don't worry. You're not going to see 3D today. That's our goal with the value and the tint and the shade. But first things first. Let's get this done first. Okay, and you go off the table, just be careful. Okay, not bad. A little bit too many lines in there for me, but that's okay. And then let's mix this with, let's try something crazy here. We'll see what this does. It makes a little bit of purplish. No, we're not making correct planets. We don't have to. As I keep running off the paper. Okay, there's that planet. And then I'm gonna look for an orange. Tracing my planet. Try to stay on that line. Okay, then I'm just gonna start coloring. And every now and then, it's not gonna go well. I've been training myself, and you'll see the difference with my right or left. I'm a righty. I've actually been training myself to try and go left. Now, if you're doing something fine, detailed, I get it. You want to train, but if you want to practice a little bit, there's nothing wrong with getting your other hand in case something ever happens. Not to be negative, you just never know. Or say you do hurt your hand temporarily. I've broken my arm before when I was little, so I couldn't draw, and I felt like my world was over for 6 months until the arm healed up. But what I should have did was stop my belly aching and just train myself to go left. And I tried to right left, and it was horrible. It looked like a foreign language. It was bad for a while, but I've gotten better. But you see the different control with my right, more speed, but I'm getting a little better. You have to turn it differently. But always keep that in mind. See, I'm gonna go outside the lines with my lefty. Okay, and then let's mix. Missing some colors here. I'm gonna mix a little yellow in there. It's almost like a sun now. Okay. Oh, and I forgot our little buddy in the back. I'm gonna go just one color with him, and I'm gonna kind of fade it, because he is gonna be farther away, and we're not gonna need him much. Like, he will be just very far away. And once we do our shading and stuff, you'll see. I'm even gonna smear him in. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab me a paper towel. I'm gonna wrap around my finger. And I'm gonna go by and just blend in as much as I can a little bit. Press down. See, it's coming off a little bit, it's blending. It's smearing there just a little bit. I don't need a lot, just a little bit. Okay. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Now, since our background is black, now I'm gonna go back with my Sharpie. And I'm gonna go back over my stuff. And I'm gonna put that black outline because it's actually gonna help me to see the cut. And it's gonna help this thing blend in when I put it on that black paper. I'm gonna freehand this one because that's all I did in the first place. Okay, now, one thing we can add on, probably, if you want to, you don't have to do this, is we have our ovals, like Saturn and some of those planets with like a ring around it. Up to you. And basically what I would do to do that, I have to draw an oval like it's going all the way around this planet. And that's a very crude one. Let me trace it. See, I kind of already hate it. But that's okay. And then I'll just go back, or for right now, I'll just pick some random color that I already have out. Okay. And then you can go back and do a little work on your planets. Like what we'll do when we get this, we're gonna have like a light source area, but like I might come back and put a little bit more green on the back side. Or whatever color you chose. Blend it in a little bit more. Okay, we're already starting to kind of get there a little bit. Probably go back over on this side a little bit. Okay, I'll use my hand on that one. Over here. I said he's gonna get a lot darker. And I can switch these planets around if I have to. And then back here on this one, I think I did that in the magenta. So I'm gonna come here. A little bit darker back here. And all of this will make sense once we start getting to the value. Okay? Get on those edges. Careful getting it on your table. I'm doing it on mine, but I'm in school, so it's okay. All right, so I know that was a lot. One little video. This is not the final. I didn't want you to sit here and have to color all that black. Okay? So we're actually gonna cut these out, put them on black. But first, before you do anything, we've got to put the value, light and shadow and all that on here. We'll do more tint when we get it to the black paper, but right next week we're gonna start adding a little bit of the black colored pencil, and we're gonna go from there. So take care of this first, and then video 2, we'll start adding the shade, okay? We've done a little bit, but we're gonna keep on going. All right, guys, have a great one. I'm glad to be working with you guys again. This is gonna be fun. Be safe, take care of each other, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.